Well, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a fun day. As you can see, I got the garage, or at least everything that we don't want to get some overspray on, taped off and covered. We're gonna be painting the wide body this weekend, getting everything paint matched. Now that being said, we gotta do it in multiple days. I wanna take some things that I learned from the last time and try and improve. So what we're gonna do first is today, which is Thanksgiving, we're going to be just laying down the primer. I'm gonna let that dry overnight, and then tomorrow when we're planning on base coating and clearing, before I do all of that, I'm just going to go ahead and give them a light sand, knock down any high spots, make sure they're nice and smooth. That way we can get a nice uniform finish on them. But figured, so I'm not working on this all weekend, and I can actually give them some time to cure and mount the fenders up on Sunday. We're gonna go ahead and get things primed up right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone down. We're going to get these wiped down and clean, and then start laying adhesion promoter because it is just about at the temperature where we can start spraying. So yeah, let's jump into it. Have a good weekend, and I'm excited to see this car all in color.
All right, time for the adhesion promoter. Just gonna do one quick light coat or lapping and let that flash, and then we're gonna start priming. All right, so we're gonna let that go ahead and flash. Let's start shaking up the primer. We're gonna shake for 2 minutes, pop, shake for 3 minutes, and then we should be ready to go. All right, time for coat 2. That's coat 2 done. We're we're just gonna let it flash for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll hit it one more time, and we should be done with prime. 3 coats should be more than enough because it's a fairly high build primer from what I've seen. So yeah, now the next one's just gonna be laying it on heavy and making sure that we have all of the black from the fenders covered, so that way we actually have some material to sand. All right, time for the 3rd coat, and then we let it dry for about 16 hours. All right, so 3 cans of primer in. I'll show you guys where we're at. We're not looking too bad. The lighting's kind of dim in here, so it's hard to show really how good I got it. I'm gonna re-hit right here, but overall, we have everything uniform, so now I'm just going to let these dry for 16 hours after I touch up the driver's side fender. And then tomorrow we get to sanding, base coat, and clear coat. So tomorrow is going to be the real transformation day. Right now it's just getting them uniform and getting a nice bonding surface. So I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go get ready for Thanksgiving festivities. And hope you guys are all having a wonderful holiday too.
All right, guys, well, welcome back to the next day of painting. All the panels are out, they're primed, they're dry. I let them dry overnight inside. Once they kind of flashed off most of the chemical smell. So we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna run a quick guide coat over the panels, and then I'm gonna sand them with 600 up to 800 grit, just to get them smooth and get rid of some runs on one panel. and just put a good crosshatch on them. And then once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and clean them up, put them back up on the hangers, and we're gonna start laying base coat and clear today. So it's gonna be a long day. I'll film as much as I can, but let's get started. Well, we're done wet sanding. I stopped filming just because it was taking a long time, but it took about 2 hours because first time using guide coat and I put it on a little bit too thick. That being said, got all the fenders sanded down. Definitely burned through the primer a little bit in a couple spots. It's not super bad. Honestly, the front bumper when I did it was much worse when I burnt through. So on stuff like this where there's still some primer there, I'm probably not gonna worry about it. But the little spots like this, I'm probably going to take what I have left of the primer and just give it a quick touch with it. I'll give that like 5-10 minutes to flash, and then I'm gonna start spraying base coat. So I'm gonna get the lights all turned on in here, try and get it as bright as I can, and then we are going to start cracking away at this. So I'm gonna go get another extra light from inside, and we'll get going.
All right, it's time to get started, so let's do this. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting really excited. I don't want to get too excited, but the fenders are already coming out way better than the bumper did. I've done 3 coats now. I'm gonna run a 4th, and I'm gonna try and lay it on a little more wet and see how it's looking at that point. And then if I like that, then I'll end up just doing a really quick dust coat on the top, and we'll let it dry for 30 before we start putting clear on it. So let's go ahead and get this 4th coat on there and then see where it goes. Alright, so this is going to be probably my last coat. I'm going to try and go on like medium wet, and then we're going to let it flash dry so we can start clearing. So this is going to be the last coat. I'm going to take it nice and slow, be patient with it, and just lay it on. Last coat of base just went on, and honestly, right now, I can pretty confidently say I am way happier with the finish just with base. Without any clear, I'm way happier than I was with the bumper. So now, we're just gonna let this flash for, I think, about 30 minutes, and then we start clearing, and that's when the color really starts popping. I wish I had more lighting in the garage, but I have to make do with what we got. So we're making do. All right, done. There's a couple runs, one right there, and then this one got spit on pretty bad by the clear. You can see it kind of right there. So gonna need to do some wet sanding, but overall, fenders are done. I'm gonna go outside and breathe some air. So give me a few.
All right, so I've gotten a breather. I actually went inside and took a shower because I don't know if you guys have never sprayed 2K clear before. It's absolutely terrible to get on your skin. All the hair on your arms just kind of sticks together and it feels terrible. But you guys, this is only my second time painting, but I'm pretty stoked on how these came out. Let me show you. Yeah, so as you guys can see, they came out pretty damn good, especially for coming out of a rattle can. This being my second time ever painting anything in any way, shape, or form with 2K products or real automotive products, I'm very, very excited. So now is the hard part. I gotta wait 48 hours or up to 48 hours before I'm able to install them on the car. So now I just gotta let things dry I will check back in with you guys in this video so you guys can see them on the car. But I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be patient. So I will check back in with you guys here in a couple days. All right, guys. Well, it is the next day. It's been about 18, almost 24 hours actually since we finished painting. So I'm getting around to mocking up the panels and getting them installed. That being said, having a little bit of trouble with sticky tape on the rear because they're ABS in the heat, which, you know, Arizona can't really get away from that. They kind of bow out from the bolt points. So I'm trying to use some 3M like max grip double-sided tape. I'm just trying to get it placed right. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go ahead and just double layer it and call it a day on that. And then we'll go ahead and get the fronts done. But let's go ahead and jump to that and get these things installed. All right, well, I think it's fairly obvious that the rest of the car needs a solid buff, but, you know, obviously the paint match isn't gonna be exact, 20-year-old paint versus new paint, but oh my God. Oh, looks good. Oh, I'm happy. It looks good. I'm gonna get the rest of the panels on. I'll be back. All right, well, I was trying to do like something sneaky and tell you guys, oh, I'm gonna go and install the rest of the kit and then I'll check back in with you. And I was gonna drop the car back on the ground and pull it out of the garage and shoot some cool B-roll and stuff. And then, well, I went to jack the car up off the jack stands and my jack decided that today's the day that it is unaliving itself. So I'm currently on the way to AutoZone to pick up a bottle of jack fluid, and hopefully it just needs a bleed. As long as it just needs a bleed, we're good. All right, guys, well, I didn't film any of it, but I went ahead and got the jack working, got the car down off the ground, and pulled both Nisha and my cars out of the garage just to give them a quick little wipe down and get them clean and shining. And I figured it's a perfect opportunity to film the first little B-roll of the new paint job. Alright guys, well it's the day after, and after getting some rest and letting it sit in, I am extremely enthused with how the car came out and how the car looks now with it all being one color. Now, is this the end as far as the looks department's concerned? No. Don't forget we are deleting the sunroof here coming up pretty soon. We're gonna put a roof wing on it, and then I do plan to put a livery on the car just to give it some extra personality. But as far as painting projects are concerned, right now there's really not a whole hell of a lot more. So where does that leave us? Well, since it's December, things are going to be a little slow this month. We have family stuff coming up here soon. We're going to be taking some care to really enjoy the holiday season. When you have a kid, you really want to, and you live vicariously through them enjoying the holidays just like you did when you were a kid. So car content might be a little sporadic and sparse. That being said, we are going to, at some point this next month, be dropping the LS block off at the machine shop and having that run through hot tanked, re-honed, all the fun stuff, and getting it ready for a rebuild. So keep tuned in, stay tuned in for that, because that's going to be coming up pretty quickly. And this next year, it's going to be a lot of what's on the docket. We're also halfway through next year going to be planning to put a roll cage in the car, so that way we can start tandeming and really start upping my game as far as driving is concerned. But that being said, there's really not much else for me to talk about right now. I appreciate everybody for tuning in this year as it's coming to a close. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's supported me and the channel and come by and watch videos on not only the car's progress, but my progress as a driver and learning how to do things on my own. It's definitely something special to me, and I've really enjoyed doing this, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. But that being said, I am going to start the work week, so you guys all have a good one. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, and until next time, stay easy. Peace.